Hey, what's going on, guys? Space Cowboy here. Welcome back. I got another mock draft for you guys today. If you are new here or this is your first mock draft that you're watching from me, I do a mock draft for the Dallas Cowboys every single Monday up until the final week before the NFL draft. Now, in this specific instance, we're going to expand our 2-round mock draft to a 3-round mock draft going forward as we get closer and closer to free agency. We're about 2 weeks away. I think that it's important now we start expanding our horizons and really start looking at who else can the Cowboys pick up later, especially in that top 100. And all of the picks that the Cowboys make in this specific mock draft were in the top 100. So before I go any further, if you guys could, by all means, leave a like on this video. It doesn't take too long to do. It helps the channel out a lot with the algorithm, and I'd greatly appreciate that. Also, by all means, subscribe if you're new here to receive more Cowboys content from me, and most importantly of all, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post new content. Now, with this being a 3-round mock draft and a bunch of stuff happening, I don't know how long it's going to take to explain what exactly happened, so sit back and relax and let's go ahead and get started. So, with me doing a 3-round mock draft, it's time to now see what can the Cowboys get later on. And so, with this specific mock draft, I was looking to trade down, see how many picks can the Cowboys get in that top 100, and this is what happened. So, with the 10th pick, I decided to trade that to the Chicago Bears, in which the trade went down as such. I would send Chicago our 10th and 4th round compensation pick for picks 1, 2, 3, and a 6th rounder. Mainly due to the fact that this was the only way that they would accept this type of trade. But with that being said, I pick up an additional 2nd and 3rd round pick, and those picks fall within that top 100. So meaning that with all things considered, we would have 6 picks in the top 100, which is great because we get a ton more talent to infuse into this team. Now, what happened? So let's go ahead and let's start off. The first pick was Zaven Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa. I know a lot of people get on me for how I pronounce his name. Zaven Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa. I've talked about him before in one of my other mock drafts. I think that he would be someone I would like to see with this linebacking core, especially if you're looking to kick Jalen Smith off of a bridge, or more importantly, you want to get another linebacker to pair with LVE and Jalen Smith. So getting a guy like Zaven Collins, he's that guy that you can plug in, and I honestly feel like he would fit very well with what we're trying to do here. I think with what Dan Quinn needs, he needs a lot of guys on this defense. Okay, so I think the more prospects that you can put onto this team at every level of the defense, I think that it would definitely help out the Cowboys long term. I think that if you bring back Dak Prescott and you get a bunch of defensive prospects and you can use the year to kind of incorporate them and then, see what happens and go forward from that, I definitely think that the Cowboys can get back on the right track. So Zaven Collins, that linebacker out of Tulsa, I think you fit him in with this linebacking core and you re-energize that, core of guys, and you kind of allow yourself to have an ejection button for Jalen Smith and or LVE. So with moving into the 2nd round, I wanted to continue the trend of prioritizing building up the defense, but not being too gun shy in, not taking an offensive player if there was one there worth considering. So with the 44th pick in this draft, I decided to take Azeez Ojulari. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. If I said it incorrectly, let me know. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Edge rusher out of Georgia. Now, when it comes to him, I really like his explosive first step. I've been noticing that with people talking about him. I've been noticing with what has been spoken, and more specifically just what I've been seeing through highlights, or more specifically film from what draft experts are doing. And just, I want to try and make sure I'm staying educated on a lot of these prospects, especially the guys in the 2nd and 3rd round. I like his first step explosiveness, I think that he has that gear that we need. I would love to see him as a young guy to build off of, and I understand that you can still have Randy Gregory. I understand you got guys like Dorrance Armstrong, but me personally, I think you can do better. And I think that if you get a guy like him, I think that if you're not planning on keeping Randy Gregory long term past the contract extension you've given him, I definitely see him as a possible Randy Gregory replacement. And just overall, I think that ultimately he would fit in a 4-3, which the Cowboys are going to commit to. But overall, I would like to see him in a Cowboys uniform if safety is not there, or more specifically, there's a guy that you can pick up and maybe get later. So Azeez Ojulari is the pick at pick 44. Moving into the next second round selection at pick 52, provided by the Chicago Bears, I decided to select Richie Grant, safety out of UCF. I've already talked about him numerous times on this channel. He's been in numerous mock drafts, so I'm not going to go fully in detail. Basically, in my honest opinion, he's the best safety in the draft. I think that if you get a guy like him, especially with the value that I got in this draft, I think that you instantly improve this secondary. I think that the Cowboys have gone a long time without fully addressing the safety position. I'm not saying they have to dedicate a first-round pick to it. That's not what I'm trying to push. I think that would be stupid. But if you're able to land him or someone else later in the draft, I think the Cowboys will be just fine. You're going to possibly lose Xavier Woods, but more importantly, I think you definitely can upgrade at the safety position. So Richie Grant taken with the 52nd pick. I think he plugs right in, and you definitely upgrade your safety position there. I don't have to go any further than that. Now we enter the final part of this mock draft, which is the third round. Here we have 3 third-round selections to use, all of which within the top 100. So having those 6 picks in the top 100 in this mock draft, I think, once again, very important, especially when you want to try and get as many guys in here as possible. So let's go ahead and get started. So with the Cowboys' own selection in the third round with pick 75, I decided to take Elijah Molden, cornerback out of Washington. So when it came to Elijah, the things that I've been researching and from what's been said is that he looks to be a nickel type of cornerback, more specific, like basically that's where he would specialize in. And I think that for the Cowboys, you're definitely going to need to take a corner in this draft at some point, or double dip. I mean, especially when you're going to lose Jordan Lewis, you're going to lose Chidobe Awuzie as of this recording. I think you definitely need to get someone, and from what I've been told, he can definitely be a solid starting cornerback in the league. I'm not saying Pro Bowl level. No, I think that he has the potential to be what Jordan Lewis or Cheeto, like on that level of like he's a solid starter, but he won't get to that next level, if that makes any sense. I think ultimately if the Cowboys are looking at cornerback later, I wouldn't be shocked if they were looking at him, or more specifically, I wouldn't mind if they took him. I think that he's great value at that pick, and you get a corner so that you don't have to worry about, we need to, we didn't address a corner in the free agency or whatever the case may be. So definitely, I think that he would be a solid pick. So moving on to the next selection at pick 83 in this mock draft, which provided by the Chicago Bears, the Dallas Cowboys selected Amari Rogers, wide receiver out of Clemson. Now with Amari Rogers, I really, really, really do like him as a late, or more specifically a second day, or if he manages to get there, third day guy, in the 4th round, because I definitely think he can be your Gallup replacement if you're not looking to pay Michael Gallup. So the way I look at it is it's not that he would do everything Michael Gallup does. I think that you get him, you push CD out to where Gallup was if he leaves next year, and then with Amari Rogers specifically, you can put him in the slot. You can give him the CD tree. Put him in the slot, see what he does there, or you can just mix and match. I think that the Cowboys, if they were to get these guys, I think that, hey, you get a guy for another 4 years, and you cover yourself in case Gallup walks. So I think that, given the value here, I think that you get an offensive guy to cover yourself in the event that either one of your guys goes down, or more specifically, long term, one of you guys, more specifically Michael Gallup, or maybe Cedric Wilson, or Noah Brown leave. If you bring back one of those guys. So there is that. And then finally, with the 99th selection, that being Dallas's comp pick from Byron Jones, what I did was I selected Marvin Wilson, interior defensive lineman, more specifically defensive tackle, out of FSU. And I think when I look at what experts have been saying, and again, I only was able to get a little bit of information on him, so bear with me, and I apologize, but the best way I look at it is he's just the stereotypical run stuffer. He's a guy that can clog up the middle, and I think that you get another prospect in here to develop, especially if you don't bring back Gerald McCoy. If you do bring back Gerald McCoy, I still think you take him, with Tristan Hill. I don't know what's going to happen with him, but you need more you need more guys in here, and I think that you get another defensive tackle in here, and you cover your bases. You don't have Dontari Poe here, and not that I wanted him back, absolutely not, but you just keep building around young guys. And I think with Dan Quinn here, and I think that with what we need, I think that he's definitely going to try and make a push to get some of these guys. I'm not saying these guys in this mock draft specifically, but I do believe that the Dallas Cowboys will do fine this year, especially with what's been provided in this mock draft and what was available. So with that being said, I think that overall this was a pretty good mock draft with the value I was able to get. Down below, by all means, put who you think the Cowboys should take in these drafts. You can definitely leave that down below. I'll take a look. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this mock draft, I do recommend you leave a like and subscribe for more, and most importantly, hit that notification bell. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Okay, guys? Have a great one. Bye-bye.